Let's talk about how we word hypotheses for factorial designs. So I'm going to introduce the hypotheses for a two-factor ANOVA for factor A, factor B, and interactions. So we have three separate hypotheses when we're doing a 2x2 factorial design. We have a hypothesis for factor A, for factor B, and for the interaction. These are three separate F-tests that are completely independent from one another, and the results are unrelated to the outcome for either of the other two. They are three separate things. And because they are all separate tests, we don't need to have a main effect to have an interaction. Remember that. So when we talk about the main effect for factor A, we write our null hypothesis as this. The mean of level A1 is equal to the mean of level A2. You'll notice I'm talking about levels because our hypotheses are written about the levels of our factors. We're not comparing the two different independent variables or two different factors. We're comparing the levels within each factor. The alternative hypothesis is going to be the mean of A1 is not equal to the mean of A2. Now, if I had more levels, I could have more means in my hypotheses. So I would have the mean of A1 is equal to mean of A2 is equal to mean of A3, etc. But in this case, we only have two levels. So for main effect B, we would write the null hypothesis in a very similar way. The mean of level 1 is equal to the mean of level 2. And the alternative hypothesis is that the mean of level B1 is not equal to the mean of level B2. So this is how we say the main effect for B. So we're really evaluating two different main effects first. And then we have the hypothesis for the interaction. Now we're actually not going to use Greek symbols for this. You're going to use your symbol for the null hypothesis, but then you're just going to simply say there is no A by B interaction, which means that there's no interaction between the independent variable A and the independent variable B, or the factor A and B. You don't have to include this in your hypothesis, but you should know what this means. All differences are explained by main effect A and main effect B. So the alternative hypothesis would be that there is an A times B interaction. And just note that when we're talking about an interaction, this is how it's written, A times B. All right, this is how we write hypotheses for the factorial ANOVA. In the next video, I'm going to introduce you to some new formulas and calculations. It's not a lot. Don't worry about it. See you there.